Okay, let me explain. This is the how to remove the center pendant video tutorial, I guess. Okay, so made you a couple little wrenches here. Silver, brass, and kind of a fancier one. I'd use this one. And this stuff, glue dots, comes in really handy. I take a tiny piece of this. And stick it on your wrench, just because these guys, they're tiny. I'm sending a couple extra little screws. I don't know if you can see that. That is tiny. Okay, so back to this. Okay, so self-explanatory. These babies just unscrew. There's no right or left. And this glue dot stuff is great, especially when you don't want to lose them. Okay. Long screw. So, there's the center pendant. Came out really beautiful. The diamond, I don't think it's as good as the one on the other piece, but it's about the same size. And so, as I said, no right or left. And just follow the reverse. But that sticky glue dot or beeswax or something is good to not lose these guys. Of course, then you got to get it off. And you can see I've made a lot of YouTube videos. Just what I want to do. So, like anything else, I wouldn't tighten them till you get both of them started. Voila, that baby's in. And let's get off the glue dot. But you got the idea. Now, the hair combs, that's tricky. That's why I would use the glue dot, because these are really short. I'm not going to take it off, but you get the idea. So, hair comb screws. Let's see. Don't know if I can zoom in on them. There we go. They're really short. And I had to put my hallmark on the outside. Where is it? but I couldn't stamp the inside. There's one on each side. AM. So, just so you know, these bolts, they do come off, but they were put in place to hold these pieces in place while I soldered. While I soldered the piece on. So there's solder in there, in there, in there, there, and both side pieces. So they're kind of for show. I polished them. I could have removed them, but aesthetically, I think they're cool. And I am sending, I don't know if Deb will need it, but there's some 3M thin silicone adhesive. It's actually insulation, weather stripping, but you can put a little piece in there if she needs it. I wouldn't, but that was my first thought when I designed it. And I think it sits on the head just fine. If you need to, let me zoom back out. See how skilled I am at camera work. So, like I said, these screws are kind of for show. Not for show. They were purpose, but I left them on. So if they had a show, I wanted to make them nice. These are not. Those actually hold a hair comb on. And if you decide at some point to put one of these ugly things on, I can make more screws. They work, but man, can you really see a plastic hair comb on there? I can't. So, these are nice. The spacing is so it does not catch the hair, or it shouldn't. Don't hesitate if you have to flex this, bend it a little bit, it will take it. This solder is low melting point. So that's one reason these bolts are staying in place. Because if I keep flexing this, this solder doesn't flex. It's pretty rigid. So if these don't really need to be soldered on, but I figured, what the hell, I wanted them to stay in place. Don't panic if one of these, pops up in the years to come. This piece will outlive you and me put together, brother. So, that's it. Oh, and I decided to title it A Dance of Lines, because it's all about visual movement here. Oh yeah. This is the very fancy packing, but it's got to be protected when I ship it. So it'll be wrapped up in just like a casserole. Repurposed Tupperware. Pretty cool. But this will protect it. So, that's it. God, it's beautiful. It's really nice. See how the lines kind of dance? And it's really designed so that when it's on somebody's head, visually, there's kind of a flow down and up, and your eye stops at the simple elegance of the centerpiece. Yeah, you'd think I like my work. This is one of the coolest pieces I've made. So Thank you, Leo. Enjoy and have a great trip.